Hello everyone. In this video, I'll be showing you how to create a form using Airtable. My name is Grace and do well to subscribe to my channel, like this video, share so that YouTube can recommend this video to more people. Alright, so today I'll be showing us how to create a form just like you have for Google Form. So how do you create a form in Airtable? So that's all about today's video. All right. So when you sign up with Airtable, so make sure you sign up with Airtable using your Gmail. All right. So you have the free version and then you have the paid version. So for me, I'm using the free version at the moment. And if you can see, I'm being asked to upgrade. All right. So when you sign up, right? The first thing you have to do is to create your workspace. The first thing you have to do is to create your workspace. So for me, I have my workspace here. Okay. However, once you log in, Airtable gives you a particular, workspace, a default workspace, and that is this one. But I'm not using this one. I created my own. So if you want to create your own workspace, so just come over here, click on create workspace and then name it whatever name you deem fit, and that's that about creating your workspace. So the next is for you to create your base. All right, so whatever data you are working on will be in a base under your workspace. All right, so these are some of the bases that I have created. Okay, these are some of the bases that I've created that I've worked on. Alright, so for this tutorial, I'm going to be creating another base to show us how to create the form. So all you have to do is come over here and then you click on this create. And then we are not building from a template, all right? We are building from scratch. So you build your own app. So we are building our own app. So you click on this and then give it some time. Okay, so this is our base now that we can work on. All right, so Airtable just similar to spreadsheet in the kind of way. All right, although with Airtable you can do some automation, so you can see some automation there, and then we have the form. All right, so once you create your base, all right, you have all of these default feed. All right, so each of this column is called a feed here. All right, so you can decide to alter it based on the data you're working on. All right, and then you have this table. Okay, so each of the fields are under the table, so you can decide to name your table. So let's assume you want to work on different tables, probably maybe like 3 4, right? So you can decide to change it. So how do you change the base? So you just click here and then you save it with whatever name you want, but according to the task that we are working on, we are given to use notary application. So I can just copy that. I can just copy that and then go over here and then paste. So here you can decide to choose whatever color that suits you. I think I'm fine with the orange they gave me, so I'm done here. Okay, so next I can decide to name my table. So let's look at the tags. So we're asked to name it application. So I'll go over here, click on it again, and then you see rename table, and then I can rename it with what I was asked to name it, and that is application. So you can either copy or you can just type whatever works for you. Okay. All right. So then you click on save. Now, if you have data in SSV or Microsoft Excel, you can import them here. Or you have data on your Google Sheet, you can import them here on your um, Airtable. All you have to do is just to click, click here, and then you see import data, either CSV file, Microsoft Excel, so you can see. Or you can just, paste your data, you know, so that works. All right, so for now, apart from name, okay, so all of this is by default. All of this comes by default. But if you are importing a data here, it will start from the fourth one. So you then have to delete, all of this space. So how do you delete? So just click and then right click and then you delete. So that's how you delete a row, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so all of these, I don't need them for the purpose of the form that I'm creating, right? I don't need all of this. So I can just delete them. Okay, I can just delete them. So click and then scroll and delete. So you do that for everything as well. You delete. Okay, click and scroll and delete. So you are going to right click on where you have the title of the field. Okay, right click on where you have the title of the field and then delete. Okay, delete. So right click again and then delete. Okay, so this is the only field that I want to remain because I have name on that here. All right, so the next is say create the following fields in the table. So the first one is full name, and then it's going to be a single line text. Okay, so just like in Google Form, you will see short answer. So, but here is single line text. So I can click on the name and then edit the field. So here I will just add full to it to make it complete. So you can see single line text is already there. And then I save. So the next is email address, and then you can also add phone number to it. Okay. Right. So next is email. So what type of data do you want it to be there? That is email. So just type email and then it will pop up for you. You click on it and then you give it a name. So ensure that you give your field a name. Although they said optional, but you must give your field a name so that you know what you're doing. Okay, so I could just write email address here and then save it. Okay, and the next one I can add phone number. So you click for you to add another field, just click add, just click on and then clicking on this plus icon to add another field. So I'm going to click on the plus icon and then add another field. So the next one I want to add is phone number. Okay, so this is the phone number. Okay, and then the field I will also name it as phone number as well. Okay, so that is the type of data that will go in here. Let me go back to the so next says state of commission. Okay, it's going to be a single line text as well. So I'll go back, click, add again, and then just say state of commission. Okay, now do you know why I didn't say anything? Because I'm supposed to select what type of data is going there. So I need to select single line text, and then I can then name my field. I went ahead to naming the field without choosing the type of data that will be there. So watch out for such a mistake, right? And then I create my field. Go to the next one. The next one is stage, okay? And then we have single select. So we have brand new, newly commissioned, active, experience. Okay, so let's go back and then we choose, click on the plus. So remember we're asked to choose single select, right? Single select. So the reason why I'm doing all of this is to connect this data to the form so that immediately somebody is filling the form, it gets entered here immediately. So that's why I'm doing all of this. Okay. I could just create the form just like that, but structuring it here makes it easy for me when I want to create the form. So the next one is stage, and then I am, oh, sorry. Next one is for me to select single select, okay, because we have multiple options there. Okay, so next is stage, the name of the field. Now, you have to add all of the options you are given. Remember, it's a single select, and you have this like a multi choices when you're dealing with Google Form. Okay, so but here it's going to be single select. So here you have where you input the options, the choices you want to add. So you just click on the add option, and what do we have? We have brand new, newly commissioned. Okay, brand new. So I have brand new. Okay, that is that. Add another option, newly commissioned, newly commissioned. Another option, I think, is active. Yes, active and then experience. Okay, active, and the next one is experience. Experience. So we are done with the options, and then we just click on create field. So we're done with this now. So let's go back. What next again? Okay, nurture services offered. So we can just say service offered. Okay. All right. So they just put services offered. Okay, so it's going to be single select, single line test. And then we'll put services offered. Services offered. And then we create. Next is what? Next is goals for next 6 months. So the next field should just be goals. Okay. So that should be long text because they need to type a paragraph. Okay, so just type long text. You have it here. Then you can just type goals there. Then we are done creating this field. Then the next one, okay, challenges. Okay, it's going to also be a long text, but they need to express themselves. So you click on the plus, click on long text again, select and also type challenges. Okay, then you create a field, just scroll and then locate your plus icon again, go back to the tags, support needed. Okay, so there's also multiple select as well. Okay, So that's just like your single select. Okay, so support needed. Okay, so it's going to be single select, right? So support needed. So we can just say type of support, anyone that works for you. Support needed. Right then, you scroll till you see these add options. And then what support did you need? We have business sector. Let me just copy it. I don't have to type it in. Okay, so I'll just copy and paste. Copy and paste. Then add another option again. So next is marketing. Yes. Copy and paste. Add option again. And then the last option is called alright, so we're done with this field. What next? Okay, time commitment. Time commitment. Okay, yeah. We wanted to be able to select more things, not just single. Okay, so let's go back. In case if they need more than one support, so right click there and then edit it. So let's search for multiple select. Okay, so this helps them to be able to choose as much option as possible. Okay, okay. Where is the options? Okay, okay. So we have the options already here. So I'll just save it. So let's check. Let's check. Let's see. Okay. So clicking on this plus icon help us to for them to be. Can you see? So the plus means they can add more options. Can you see? So single select is the only selected one, just like the name implies, they're only selected one. But multiple select means they can, choose as much option as possible, based on their need. Okay, so since this is a mentorship um, database, so they can have more need. So that's why we have to put it in multiple select. So you just click. So for when they are filling the form, they'll be able to select more options here. So that just it. All right, so let's move on. Time commitment. So next says here will be single select. Okay, and then time commitment. And then you add your options. Add the options. So we have less than 5 hours. Okay, add 5 hours, 5 hours to 10 hours. Add we have 10 hours to 15 hours. And then the last one is 15 to 20 hours. All right, so this color code you can select and then just play around it with all of this. Apart from this, you'll not be able to choose more colors. So just put around this. So for me, that doesn't make any difference. I'm not adding any color, and we're almost done with this part. Okay. Definition of success. Okay. Gonna be what the success means to them. All right, and that's the end. So long test, but they need to type, and then success definition of it. Okay, success definition. So identify what success means to them. So all right, and we are done. Okay, so I'm just clean this up. So now, how do you then um, link this to the form? How do you link it to the form? So that's what we want to do. So this is the data part. So here we are on the data part. Here we're on the automation, right? Then here we are on the data. So automation is we are giving some basic condition that when this happens, this should happen. That is what happens. That's what goes in here. So you can see trigger. So when a record matches something, what should it do? When the form is submitted, what should happen? So that's that about automation. And then you have the interface. You have the interface, and then you have the form. So we are working with the form. Okay, so I don't want to work with the template, so I'll just create new form. I'll just create new form. So I'm asked to name my form. So let me go back to the task. If I was asked to do anything, okay, I'm asked to name it. I'm asked to notary mentorship questionnaire. Copy and then paste it here. Okay, so then just click on create form. Can you see that? All right, so just click it to just expand. Okay, so you can see all our feed that we work on are here already. You can see this. Can you see? So they are showing exactly how it is over there, but we need to add questions. Okay, so when we give people this form link, it will not make sense to them that they are just saying this, apart from full name and email address and phone number that they understand, and then state of commission. The other ones, we need to turn it into a question. Okay, we need to turn this into a question for them to be able to know what they will answer here. What they will answer here. What they will answer here. Okay. So here, so go back to the form again and then see how the question is. Okay. So, So this is a question that will be for the state of commission. Okay, so you just copy, you don't have to type to make your work faster. So just copy, then just come here, delete what you have there, and just paste what you just copied. So this is what they'll see, and then they can then fill the answer. So next one is what? Okay, what stage are you in? What stage? So I don't need to type all of this again because I've sorted out I've sorted all of this out in the data session. So all I have to just to add the question at this stage here. So just copy and paste. And then next question will be, what notary services do you currently offer, if any? So we just copy and paste it. Then paste. And next, okay, what are your totals? So copy and paste. So just click on where you have this goal and clean what you have there. And then I think the last one. Okay, we're done here. Alright, we're almost done. So copy again and then next. Okay. Okay, the support that I need. So click where you have the support. Am I controlling everything? Just want to control what is inside. Okay. Okay. What time? Okay. So do you notice something? These other two are not showing. These other two are not showing. So how do we bring it out? I got to cover it. So here that you have this blue icon, this plus blue icon, click on it, and then you'll see all that field that did not show. So just click on it for it to appear. Can you see? Click on it again for the next one to appear. I got you. And then you just click inside and then paste. Oh, let me go back. I didn't copy that. What I did. All right. So you copy and then you paste. This time respect yourself. Okay. And the next one, I think that should be all for now. All right. So you copy again and then clean this up. We just Control A and then Control V. Alright, so our form is ready now. 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 Another thing, you can move this field from one place to another. You can move it. If I move it here now, can you see? Email was before the phone number. So you can move this placeholder. They are not static. You can move them. Okay. Right. So next, you can add a cover image. Right. So if you're working for a company, you can add your cover image here. So you can just create the cover image and add here. Then you can also add a logo. Let me see. Okay, so adding a logo and the banner is for paid plan. So since you're not on a paid plan, let's manage what we have. So that's all. So we can decide to preview our form, how it's going to look like when people get the link. So you can see. So that's going to be that's going to be all right. So next is how do we get the link? So first we have to publish it. You have to publish it. Okay, publish it. Now let me state one thing. Here on the data part, if there are some field that you don't want it to show in the form, you can hide them and make them invisible. So how do you make them invisible? So come to where you have this fields label and visible. I can come here and then select the one that I want to hide so that those that are filling the form will not see it. Okay, so let me decide to hide phone number and see what happens. Okay, so let's check if phone number is still showing. Let's check the question name. Can you see? Okay, let me do it again. Okay, sorry. Okay, so let me hide it again. Okay, so I didn't hide it. So you click on this icon, hide. What do you see? It has disappeared. Not as if it's not there, but it is hidden now. Okay, click on the hide icon and the email has disappeared. I can decide to make them visible again. I can decide to make them visible again. So how do I make them visible again? So see the hidden. See the hidden. So I hid this one. So make it visible again. Then the next one is make the phone number visible again. Okay, so you can see level visible. Now it will go down this form. It will go to the down of this form. So all you have to do is just for it to just rearrange it. Can you see where it's drop all this field? So after name, I want email to be there, and then after email, I want the phone to be there. So I just move it to be after the email. After the email. Okay, take it again. We want it to be after the email, so let's move it. Can we see that now? So we're done. So let's publish. Let's give it time. Okay, so we need to grant access. So make sure it is anyone on the web. Anyone on the web. All right, anyone on the web, and then you copy your link. So this is the link that you will be sending to people. This is the link that you'll be sending to people to fill the form. This is the link. So this is the link to your form. So as they fill the form, you get the data inside the base that you have created. All right, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please Don't forget to comment, tell me how useful this video was for you. If this was useful, please let me know. Okay, this will encourage me.